legend, Terry Jones, as I live and breathe.
It is.
Already the worst for drink this morning.
Well, no, only one glass, actually, yes.
You authors, of course, are known to be fond of the booze, aren't you?
I do enjoy wine. You're quite right, Terry. How did you guess?
Well, no, we'd heard that talk about you. You like trains?
I do. I suddenly realised I'm going to my favourite city, Edinburgh. I'm going by my favourite method of transport, and I'm doing my favourite thing.
So what are you doing? I mean, you only write children's books, for goodness sake.
Well,
You're not a proper author, are you?
This is what I feel too. I mean, that's somebody somewhere.
Oh!
Cycling the tools and spurs of Israel, yes.
That's our doppelganger.
I keep feeling somebody's going to rumble me sooner or later, you know, and realise they're not proper books, you know, they're just kind of stories.
On Eric the Viking, is that what you've based
Yes, this one, I'm not quite sure. I'm opening the Children's Book Festival or something, I think. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's jolly good. And I think there's a paperback of Eric the Viking coming out, which is a book I wrote a couple of years ago.
Is there going to be a film of that as well?
Yes, I'm just sort of talking with Warner Brothers and the US of A, and we're just sort of finalising a deal to make
But
that.
you're going to direct that as well as writer?
Yeah, I think that's the answer.
That's pretty exciting. I mean, you've directed for the Monty Python movies as well.
Yeah.
I mean, do you view that, or do you approach that with any kind of apprehension?
Well, I mean, you know, when you do something new, it's always sort of a bit apprehensive, and you're not sure whether you really can do it. But it's actually, I like directing actually, because I mean, it's hard work writing. You know, you're sitting there scribbling away and you're trying to think of ideas. But in directing, it's all kind of people coming up to you and saying, "Do we do this or that?" And you say yes or no, and it's kind of.
It feeds your power complex, doesn't it?
It's just not power so much. It's just sort of it's relaxing because everything's there, and it's just a question of making choices, if you see what I mean. Whereas writing, it's dredging something up out of nothing, you know, after you've got the kids off to school, and you've had a terrible breakfast, and the wife's gone off to work, and she's fed up with you, and you've got to sit down in your little room and sort of
It's hard to work at home, isn't it? Very hard.
Yeah, so, I don't know, I've done it for 20 years, yeah. So I don't know any other.
Oh, no, well, I know very little beyond this as well.
You don't exist when the television cameras go off. I've noticed that.
I stopped living.
That's right.
So while I'm on the television, I take advantage of it. Did you turn down Spielberg?
Oh,
famous as film history for turning down Steven Spielberg.
Well, it wasn't quite like that, really.
I'll go on.
It was a very funny phone call, actually. I was told that Steven Spielberg wants to phone you, and he'll be phoning you in about a month's time. And so I've never had such a build-up to a phone call before. And about a week beforehand, somebody rang from LA saying, Mr. Spielberg's going to be ringing you next week. So I said, fine, and it was arranged. And then about sort of 6 o'clock, the fatal evening, telephone went, bling, bling, bling. There's Mr. Spielberg's office. He's going to be ringing you in 3 hours' time. Sorry, Mr. Spielberg's going to be ringing you in half an hour's time. And then finally, Mr. Spielberg was on the phone, sort of talking to me. And I sort of, I said, I love your films, Stephen. You always go. And then it was a bit embarrassing because I said, he said he was interested in me writing Gremlins 2, and I sort of said, well, I was busy, you know, and I didn't. And he said, oh, well, in that case, forget it. After all that, yes.
You turn the man down. Now, look, I have here the Oxford Companion to English Literature, edited by Margaret Drabble. An extremely thick volume.
An excellent tome,
yeah,
may I say, Terry.
You wouldn't find yourself in that because, of course, there's serious authors in this.
Well, this may amaze you, Terry, or may not. But, in fact, I am in there, in fact.
Oh, under what?
Under Chaucer. Canterbury Tales. You have to look up Canterbury Tales. I was quite amazed.
There's Chaucer, yes, I don't know how I found that. There you are.
There you are.
Oh, Canterbury Tales.
Yes, Canterbury Tales mentions me there. See, I can go straight to my name.
I see, yes.
On